make sure you have done everything on this opening slide before you watch the rest of this video. All right, here is the answer key for the order of operations practice worksheet that you did on Friday. Make sure you pause the video to check your answers and make any corrections that you need to make. A couple things to take note of is on number 13 and on number 15, notice how we treat those exponents a little bit differently. On 13, notice it's -2 squared, so -2 times -2, same sign, positive. But -15 is the opposite of 4 squared. So it's 4 times 4 with a negative sign on the front. Okay, so we are talking evaluating expressions. The key for evaluating expressions is going to be on the next slide. However, before we get there, the word evaluate in math typically means plug in and simplify. So let's take a look. So evaluate, to find the value of an expression. That means you have an expression, which is a series of variables, numbers, and symbols, and then we want to find the value of it. So to evaluate means we're going to plug in a variable and then chug out the math. So here we go. So a couple of things about evaluating expressions. There's 3 expectations that we have to do. Firstly, we need to write the original problem. So what that means is we need to make sure that we write out the original problem on our paper. So that would be this step. The original problem is just whatever the problem is. And then we need to plug in numbers for our variables, okay? Now, what's really important about this, when we say plug in, it just means substitute. But one thing I wanted to make sure that we get in there is with parentheses. Now, I'm going to spell that word down here. Parentheses. With parentheses. It's very important. So instead of 3 plus 4, we're going to have parentheses 3 plus 4. And that's really actually super important when we're talking about negative numbers. It's less important with positive numbers, but it's really important with negative numbers. And then we say chug out the math. So we say plug and chug. What that means is just do all the expressions, do all the simplifying that you have to do. Key thing, no equal signs. If there are no equal signs over here, no equal signs over here, there should be no equal signs in our work. So we should just work our way down, making those pretty V's that we've talked about. All right, so let's do some of these examples here. So we've got 3 examples, and notice for each of these that A is going to be -2, B is going to be 3, and C will be -8. So in all of these situations, we're doing the same process. So when we plug in, first step is plug in with parentheses, right? So I've got -2 times 3. Now, luckily for us, we know this is a different sign, right? Different sign. You should be copying this down into your notebook as the first example for what we're doing. So same sign, positive, different sign, negative. So we're going to have 2 times 2 times 3, which is 6, and of course the sign is going to make it negative. Now with number 2, let's draw a little line here, make it a little bit easier. Notice when we plug in, B is 3, C is -8, and A is -2. Now notice, because these are separated by a fraction bar, that's kind of like a grouping symbol. So we want to do all the stuff on top first and then do all the stuff on bottom. So the first two, positive 3 times -8, that's -24. Same sign, positive, different sign, negative, and the bottom just stays the same. Now we notice here we have the same sign. So our answer is going to end up being -24 divided by -2. Same sign, positive, so our answer is going to be 12. All right, let's get number 3. Let's slide this down just a hair. There. So when we plug everything in, we want to be really careful. This is where those parentheses are going to be really helpful for us. So we have -2 times 3 parentheses to the third power. And then we're separating these, -2 times -8. Now you may be tempted right here to do negative ninja. You can, but it's not going to be in your best interest, so I would wait. Whoa, that's a really big eraser. Well, okay then. All right, so let's get those back. Parentheses -2, parentheses, there we go, that's better. All right, so notice a couple things. Let's do the exponent first. 3 to the third is 27. So 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 again is 27. So negative 2 times 27. And then we've still got our stuff on the left. Notice order of operations are important. And now we have to know different signs, right? We've got different signs over here. So same sign, positive, different sign, negative. On the right-hand side, notice we still have that negative sign, so bring down that negative. It's still here, right? It's still right there. Don't forget it. And then on the right-hand side, we've got same signs, right? We've got the same signs, negative 2 and negative 8. That gives us 16. All right, so now we have negative 54 minus 16. For me, I'm going to use the circle method because this is a subtraction problem. But really, right, we want to use our add wrap now. So same signs, add, different signs, subtract. We keep the sign of the bigger one so you can be exact. What? So these are same signs, so we're going to add them. And so we're going to get 54 plus 16 is 70. Keep the sign of the bigger one, which is negative 54, so we can be exact. All right, coolio. All right, so go ahead and pull your homework out. That's the color by numbers. And let's skip all the way down to number 17. This one's a pretty tough one. So we're going to do this one together. So let's get started. So we've got a lot of evaluating to do, which means we're going to plug in and simplify. So let's plug in. I might have to, because I'm using my finger, I might have to use some of the space in number 18 as well. So when we plug in, negative 6 squared plus negative 4 times negative 2 all over negative 4 plus negative 2. So yeah, a lot of plugging in. So notice we need to follow the order of operations. So exponents first, then multiplication and division, etc. So negative 6 times negative 6 is 36 plus negative 4 times negative 2 all over negative 4. Now I can change this plus negative 2 to minus to make my life a little bit easier, or I can just leave it as plus negative. So for now, I'll leave it as plus negative 2. Now 36, let me try to fix that. That's a little bit better. Plus negative 4 times negative 2, that's positive 8, right? Same sign, positive. So 36 plus 8 all over negative 4 plus negative 2 hanging out there at the end. So because of the fraction bar, we have to treat the numerator and denominator separately. So we have to make sure that we finish simplifying the fraction first. So 36 plus 8, that's going to be, what is that, 44? So I'm going to have to do my work up here, just because I'm using my finger. So 44, that's positive, over negative 4. I bet you can know where that's going to go. Finish simplifying that fraction, 44 over negative 4 is 11, but because it's same sign, positive, different sign, negative. And now that's plus negative 2. Now we're going to do our add wrap. Same sign, add. So we get negative 13. It's the answer to number 17.